fellow Toastmasters and guests. There's an ongoing debate about the source of wisdom. Some say it comes from knowledge, others say it comes from success, and there are yet others who say that there's very little wisdom coming from success, it usually comes from failure. I say, whatever. Because in my case, I'm pretty convinced that the source of my wisdom were my wisdom teeth. I'm saying this after a lot of analysis of the spate of dumb decisions and indecisions that I've taken over the last few years. And I could trace it all back to about 8 years ago when I got all 4 wisdom teeth removed. So here's the story of that. Now I understand that there are 2 categories of people. There are those who can get by without any dental work despite brushing maybe once or twice a day, if at all. And there are those who have to keep brushing several times a day. They floss regularly, avoid sweets, and yet have to take those regular visits to the friendly neighborhood dentist for some excruciating work. Now, I have always been proudly a member of the earlier category. Yet, they suggested that if I haven't been to a dentist a long time, okay, go take a visit once, it doesn't hurt. Just go once, get it checked out. It's free. I said, okay, I'll go. And I went. So here I was sitting at the dentist's office, and he was looking at my x-ray, and I was relaxing. I was smiling because I thought he would congratulate me on good teeth. And by good, I mean just solid, unperforated teeth, I don't mean pretty. I know the difference. The congratulations were not forthcoming. Instead, he pointed me to 2 little gray spots. Almost indiscernible, but he said this is the beginning of decay. These are little cavities in my lower wisdom teeth. And these are the 2 teeth that have been the laziest of the entire lot. They were supposed to grow out of the gums, and somewhere in between they just decided it's too much work, we'll give up. They just stay where they are, crown slightly exposed. And so naturally they developed cavities. And now the dentist was saying that I gotta get them removed. Get them all removed. Okay. All? Why get all of them removed? The upper 2 ones are good. They're not like their lazy lower cousins. They grew up completely outside. They're healthy. Why touch them? Don't fix what ain't broke. What happened to all that wisdom? He explained that no, if you take the lower ones out, then the upper ones tend to grow downward. Do you believe that? I don't. Because if that were true, I would have looked like Bugs Bunny by now, because these 2 teeth will have grown out long. Because I don't keep my jaws like this all the time. But you gotta listen to what your dentist tells you. And so, I agreed. So I was sitting there, waiting for him to take them out, all my jaws numb. And, well, they say that the good ones go first. It's true. That's exactly what happened. He pulled the good ones out first. And that went well. I think he thought it was easier, or maybe he thought, or he had a premonition of what was coming with the lower 2. And I was about to find out soon enough. Now remember, I was sitting with a dentist, not a dental surgeon. So the extraction tool we're talking of here is a pair of pliers. So as he tugged at one of my lower teeth, I was hoping to hear a sort of plucking sound, something like. But instead, I heard something more like the sound of a crushing tooth. Yes. It caved in and was in splinters. The dentist felt challenged, disappointed, so he tried, okay, let me try the other. And he did. And again, now this time the sound was familiar. That was the only difference. The second one had broken splinters. And these were the 2 teeth that hadn't grown out completely, only crowns exposed, which were now broken. The next half an hour, all I could see was my dentist, young, strong guy, using all his skills and strength and trying to rip them out first like this, then he was like, all I could see beads of sweat on his face, and then finally streams of sweat, until he then said, I'm give up, humble. In that crazy situation that I was in, I still felt a silly sense of triumph. My teeth had defeated an evil dentist. only solace that I had for the next 30 hours of excruciating pain. Till I visited this other dentist the next day, who was a dental surgeon. And his office was more like an assembly line. Although I was there for sort of disassembly. And I was in one of those 5 rooms, and he was a multitasker. He kept moving between rooms. He came into my room. First he smiled at the mess that was my mouth. Then he stuck a big long needle right on one side, then on the other. Then he went out to stab some other patient in the jaw. Came back in, realized they're not numb enough, stuck the needle in 2-3 times this side, another 2 times this side, walked out. I don't know how many people he saw in between, came back in after some time, this time with a scalpel. And he just worked very deftly. And in 2 minutes it was all done. The last vestiges of my wisdom teeth were gone. And finally I was home, feeling a lot lighter in the mouth, in my wallet, and also up here in the head. It was a relieving feeling, I tell you. Because I had 4 fewer teeth to brush. I had $1,000 or so of fewer investments to worry about. And I had an excellent excuse for taking dumb decisions throughout the rest of my life. After all, I had lost all my wisdom teeth. Mr. Toastmaster.